ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Quadex Recreation Center, the ARC, at Armstrong State University in Savannah, Georgia, for Peach Belt Conference volleyball action as the Francis Marion University Patriots take on the Armstrong State University Pirates. Both these teams coming on action this week. And for the introduction for the Pirates of this week, Pirates come in today's match with a 14-5 overall record and a 2-1 mark in the Peach Belt Conference. Armstrong has won 7 of its last 8 matches. The Pirates played just one of the 3 matches at the UNCP Invitational last weekend thanks to a power outage on the Braves campus. AESU defeated Fayetteville State 3-0 on Friday, but in the 4th game of Saturday's match against St. Andrews, the outage forced the Pirates to come home without finishing the match. That match were playing against Queens. Armstrong leads the Peach Belt in hitting percentages. Assists per game, 11.94. Kills per game at 13. And service aces per game at 2. Senior Randy Vidovich needs just 5 kills to pass Nicole Smith with 822 for 10th place all-time in AESU's history. She currently ranks 10th in digs with 807 and 9th in blocks at 239. Armstrong also played Tuesday, defeating Lander at 3-1. And now, we'll take a quick break to meet your Pirates.
Will Condon, head volleyball coach.
Jenny Holste, assistant coach.
Candace Mudlinsky, grad assistant.
I forgot what I was going to say. I was like, wait, okay. Natalie Edgeworth, setter libero, Atlanta, Georgia.
Brenda Spud, outside hitter, Page, Arizona.
Casey Howard, libero, Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, I want to say hey.
Nikki Yates, libero, Short, Illinois.
Tori Bevelo, outside St. Louis, Missouri.
Gwen Clark, right side hitter. Wait, no, start over.
Casey Richards, middle hitter, Venice, Florida.
Hannah Segerwart, setter, Littleton, Colorado.
Gwen Clark, right side, Boulder, Colorado.
I'm here just for playing, you know. I don't care where they're going to put me.
Michelle Remlier, middle hitter, Collido, Ohio.
Brandy Vidovich, middle hitter, San Pedro, California.
Amy Berkemeyer, outside hitter, Columbus Grove, Ohio.
Marina Marinova, setter, Sofia, Bulgaria.
Colin Hendricks here. Welcome you back to the ARC Aquatic Recreation Center at Armstrong State University in Savannah, Georgia for Peach Belt Conference volleyball action as the Francis Marion University Patriots take on your Armstrong State University Pirates. We give an introduction for the Pirates a minute ago. Here is your introduction for the Patriots. The Patriots come into Savannah with a 10-match winning streak into Savannah for tonight's matchup. Francis Marion sits atop the Peach Belt standings with a 16-4 overall record and a 2-0 mark in the Peach Belt. The Patriots also played at the UNC Pembroke Invitational over the weekend and defeated Queens in 3 games, St. Andrews in 5, and Fayetteville State in 3. Tonight's matchup features the top 2 hitting teams in the league, with Armstrong at .243 and Francis Marion at .236. Preseason All-Peach Belt selection Jessica Lombardi leads Francis Marion University attack, ranking 6th in the league in hitting percentage at .270 and 9th in kills per game at .263. Sophomore Melanie Eggert ranks 7th in hitting percentage at .261 and 4th in blocks at just over 1. The Patriots lead the overall series between the 2 teams 21-20. However, last year the 2 teams split 2 5-game matches. This is definitely going to be an exciting matchup between these 2 Peach Belt teams. Like we said, the Pirates have a 14-5 record and 2-1 in the Peach Belt, and the Patriots are number 1 currently in the Peach Belt at 16-4 and 2-0 overall. Tonight's lineups for the Pirates. At number 1, the 5'7" freshman libero is Natalie Edgeworth from Atlanta, Georgia. The 5'9" sophomore outside hitter from Page, Arizona. Number 2, Brenda Spud. 5'7" freshman libero out of Atlanta, Georgia, Casey Howard. The 5'7" junior defensive specialist out of Sherwood, Illinois, Nicole Yates. Number 6, Tori Bevelo, the 5'8" freshman outside hitter out of St. Louis. Number 8, Casey Richards, a 6' freshman mid-hitter out of Venice, Florida. Number 9, Hannah Segerwart, 5'7" sophomore setter out of Littleton, Colorado. Number 10, Gwen Clark, 5'11" junior right side hitter out of Superior, Colorado. Number 11, Michelle Remlinger, the 6' junior middle hitter from Collido, Ohio. Number 12, Randy Vidovich, the 6' senior middle hitter from San Pedro, California. Number 13, Marina Marinova, 6' junior setter out of Sofia, Bulgaria. Number 15, Amy Berkemeyer, 5'9" junior outside hitter from Columbus Grove, Ohio. And your Pirates are coached by Will Condon, Jenny Holste, and Candace Mudlinsky, as we turn it over now to Chad Jackson and Sean Brown for the PA.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. featuring the Francis Marion University Patriots and your Armstrong Atlantic State University Pirates. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet the teams. First for the Patriots of Francis Marion University. 5'7" freshman from Uniontown, Ohio, number 3, Allie Legg. A 5'8" junior from St. Louis, Missouri, number 9, Jess O'Leary. A 5'10" freshman from McCoy, Florida, number 13, Ardelia Morris. A 6'1" junior from Scottsdale, Arizona, number 17, Caitlin Simpson. A 5'11" freshman from Parker, Colorado, number 18, Ashley Crook. Starters tonight for the Patriots, a 5'11" senior from Massillon, Ohio, number 1, Jessica Lombardi. The libero is a 5'6" sophomore from Martinsville, Indiana, number 2, Kelsey Deaton. A 5'9" freshman from Easley, South Carolina, number 4, Ashlyn Underhill. A 5'10" senior from Broomfield, Colorado, number 5, Jenna Kaiser. A 6'1" sophomore from Lake Elmo, Minnesota, number 7, Mallory Eckert. A 6' sophomore from Clio, California, number 8, Emily Hill. And a 6' freshman from Farragut, Tennessee, number 11, Amanda Mitchell. Head coach of the Patriots is Paul McDonald. He is assisted by Sarah Lamb. And now for your Armstrong Atlantic State University Pirates. A 5'7" freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, number 1, Natalie Edgeworth. A 5'9" sophomore from Page, Arizona, number 2, Brenda's Budd. A 5'7" junior from Shorewood, Illinois, number 5, Nicole Yates. A 6' junior from Clyde, Ohio, number 11, Michelle Reitlander. A 6' junior from Sofia, Bulgaria, number 13, Marinova. Starters tonight for the Pirates. The libero is a 5'7" freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, number 4, Casey Howitt. A 5'8" freshman from St. Louis, Missouri, number 6, Tori Bavolo. A 6' freshman from Venice, Florida, number 8, Casey Richards. A 5'7" sophomore from Littleton, Colorado, number 9, Hannah Segabar. A 5'11" junior from Superior, Colorado, number 10, Glenn Clark. A 6' senior from St. Peter, California, number 12, Wendy Vinovich. And a 5'9" junior from Columbusburg, Ohio, number 15, Amy Hartmeyer. Head coach of the Pirates is Will Condon. He's assisted by Jenny Holstein and Candace Molinski.
Colton Hendricks back here at the Aquatic Recreation Center at Armstrong Atlantic State University in Savannah, Georgia, as we get ready for action. Armstrong Atlantic State getting ready to take on Francis Marion. Said both these teams are in the top portion of Peach Belt Conference. Francis Marion being undefeated in the league at 2-0, 16-4 overall. And the Pirates 2-1 in the league at 14-5 overall. Get set. The starters for the Patriots, number 1, Jessica Lombardi. Number 2, Kelsey Deaton. Number 4, Ashlyn Underhill. Number 5, Jenny Kaiser. Number 7, Mallory Eggert. Number 8, Emily Hill. And number 11, Amanda Mitchell. Talked about earlier about, I apologize about Jessica Lombardi. She leads Francis Marion attack. She was the preseason all Peach Belt. She's living up to expectations so far this season, as she ranks 6th right now in the league currently in hitting percentage at 270 and 9th in kills per game at 263. Teams get set, high fives all the way around for both teams as liberos head off. Libero for the Patriots is number 2, Kelsey Deaton, the 5'6" sophomore out of Martinsville, Indiana. And for the Pirates is number 4, Casey Howard, the 5'7" freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia. I apologize. Casey Howard's actually going to stay on the floor. Number 12, Randy Vidovich, the 6-foot senior middle hitter out of San Pedro, California, actually makes her way off the court. Teams get ready. Officials double-checking everything. Pirates set to serve. Number 9, Hannah Segabart. Number 9, Hannah Segabart set to serve. Officials double-checking rosters, starting lineups. Number 9 is good to go. Segabart serving. Segabart over to number 11, Amanda Mitchell. Mitchell cannot control it. Kind of the serve went straight to her chest. Goes down to her feet. Point for the Pirates. Number 1, Jessica Lombardi takes it. Lombardi over to Hill. Hill with the kill. Hill gets the kill down. As it parted the Pirate players. Point for the Pirates as number 3, Haley Legg makes her way in for Eggert. Legg, the 5'7" freshman setter out of Unionton, Ohio. Legg set to serve. Legg serve goes down in the net. She actually has a jump serve, something we haven't seen here very often at the arc. Jump serve no good. Goes in the net, falls down. As Tori Bevelow makes her way to serve for the Pirates. Bevelow serve hits the net as Legg goes diving for it. Legg kind of fists it over to players. It goes over. However, it's no good. Point for the Pirates. Bevelow still serving. 3-1 Pirate lead here early. Bevelow over to Mitchell. Over to the libero. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell to Richards. Richards to Segabart. Segabart to Clark. But Deaton is there. Deaton over to Mitchell. Mitchell tips it over. Clark to Ridovich. Excuse me, to Burkmeyer. Burkmeyer tips it over. Back over to Mitchell. Mitchell hits it over. A lift called on the Patriots. Sorry, folks. Trying to get the names for the Patriots down. Bevelow still serving. 4-1 Pirate lead. Bevelow to Deaton. To Kaiser. Kaiser hits it over. Over to Segabart. Segabart to Burkmeyer. Burkmeyer's there. Deaton down with the digs. No good as it flies off the court into the bleachers. Point for the Pirates. (5-1) Pirate lead. Bevelow. It's a leg. Over to Kaiser. Kaiser to Lombardi. Lombardi with the kill over. Burkmeyer. Burkmeyer hits. It's tipped. Leg is there. Back over to Kaiser. Kaiser to Lombardi. Lombardi's kill's tipped. Point for the Patriots. Patriots with the sub. Number 9, Jess O'Leary, the 5'8" junior defensive specialist from St. Louis, Missouri. Coming in to serve. O'Leary serving. 5-2 Pirate lead. To Howitt. Segabart behind her back to Clark. Clark with the big kill. However, Deaton is there. Deaton over to O'Leary. O'Leary is called for the lift. Look down for a second. O'Leary was called with the lift. Excuse me, with the set. O'Leary was called with the lift. Coach McDonald wants a timeout. We'll take one with him. Listen to Pirate Athletics. Colton Hendricks back here at the ARC, as I believe the UNC Pembroke Braves players are making their way into the gym as we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here in the arc. Sean Brown continuing the music work. Howitt to serve. Howitt to leg. Leg over to Kaiser. Kaiser Lombardi. Lombardi tips it over as Burkmeyer and Segabart go diving for it. Neither Pirate can get it. Point for the Patriots. Number 11, Amanda Mitchell, sets in to serve. The 6-foot freshman outside hitter from Farragut, Tennessee. Richards, second bar to Burtmeyer. Burtmeyer's blocked. Kaiser to Lombardi, not really good set. Lombardi just kind of pushes it over. Burtmeyer, O'Leary's there. O'Leary, Lombardi over to Underhill. Underhill with the hit over. Second bar to Burtmeyer. Burtmeyer's kill. Tried to play her angle by going cross court. No good, out of bounds. Point for the Patriots, 6-4. Pirate lead. Mitchell to Burtmeyer. Burtmeyer with the dig, couldn't really control it as it goes over. Easy knockdown for Lombardi. Just easy point all day long. As Sean Brown's still having difficulties. Mitchell to Burtmeyer. Second bar to Burtmeyer. Burtmeyer playing her angles this time is successful. As Marinova makes her way in for Clark. Marinova set to serve. Marinova, the 6-foot junior setter out of Sofia, Bulgaria, which is SOP for the Pirates. Marinova coming in for Clark to serve. Lombardi with the kill. Lombardi just with authority. A knuckleball kill. Goes cross court. Falls down. Pirate players go diving for it. Bodies everywhere. Point for the Patriots. Serving for the Patriots, number 1, Jessica Lombardi. Lombardi all the way over to the left-hand corner. Segabar to Burtmeyer. Burtmeyer's down. As O'Leary tries to dig for it off her knees, can't get it. Sends the ball towards Patriots sideline. Point for the Pirates, 8-6. Pirate lead. As Nikki Yates coming in to serve for the Pirates. Yates, the 5'7" junior defensive specialist from Shorewood, Illinois. Deaton to Kaiser. Kaiser to Underhill. Underhill just with authority. Pirates able to control it. Yates with the set over to Kaiser. Lombardi over to Kaiser. Kaiser with the tip over to Bevelo, to O'Leary, to Kaiser, over to Underhill. Marinova's there. Segabar with the tip over as it rolls down the net. Kaiser back to Underhill. Burkmeyer's there. Burkmeyer with the block. However, it flies out of bounds. Point for the Patriots. Both teams looking really good. Playing the ball really well on both sides of that volley. Point for, like we said earlier, point for the Patriots. 8-7 Pirate lead. Kaiser serving. Marinova. Segabar behind her, back to Burtmeyer. Burtmeyer coming over with the slide hit. Vidovich with the kill as Kaiser tries to dive for it. Can't get it. Point for the Pirates. As Vidovich, I apologize, I believe that was Vidovich, not Burtmeyer. Vidovich now set to serve. Vidovich to Underhill. Underhill over to Lombardi. Nice dig by Yates. Richards with the kill. It is blocked. Kaiser over to Hill. Hill tried to kill it over. However, it was outside the stick, out of bounds. Point for the Pirates. 10-7 Pirate lead. Vidovich. Serve is low. Had no chance at all. Hit on the lower half of the net. Straight down. Point for the Pirates. Point for the Patriots. Serving for Pirates is Underhill, the outside freshman hitter, 5'9", out of Easley, South Carolina. Segabar to Bevelo. Bevelo kind of hits it off the heel of her hand. As Mitchell's there, Mitchell with the kill. Pirate players wanting to say she hit it outside the stick. However, it is not called. However, I apologize, it is called after a little bit of argument. Point for the Pirates as Clark makes her way in for Marinova. Segabar serving. The Kaiser over to Egger. Egger hits it over to Underhill. I apologize to Mitchell. Yates is there. Segabar to Clark. Clark with the kill. However, it is barely out of bounds. A couple inches. Point for Patriots. 11-9 Pirate lead. Number 3, Haley Legg set to serve for the Patriots. Coach McDonald giving her hand signals. Not really sure. I assume that's who to go to. Bevelo over to Segabar. Segabar back to Bevelo. Bevelo. Patriots having difficult controlling it. Deaton passes it over. Howitt's there. Howitt to Segabar. Segabar to Richards. Richards denied hard. Segabar. Clark. It is tipped. Kaiser over to Lombardi. Lombardi's tipped in the air. Lombardi's kill was tipped in the air by Clark and Richards. There's a big gap behind them. Ball had backspin. It falls at the heels of Clark and Richards. Pirates couldn't get to it. Point for the Patriots, 11-10. Big Pirate lead is dwindling fast here. Served by Legg, hits the net. Richards tried to alley-oop Kobe Bryant style over the net. Not really sure what she was thinking there. Point for the Patriots. 11-all here. Coach McDonald telling Legg, I believe, just to go wherever. Legg to Bevelo. Bevelo's dig, I'm not sure to call it a dig. It was more of a waist-high pass. Can't control it, just goes over. Easy set kill for the other team. 12-11 Patriot lead. Legg still serving. Legg to Howitt. Second bar behind her back. Richards is tipped by Amanda Mitchell. Mitchell tried to block, can't control it. Falls at her feet, out of bounds. Point for the Pirates as Burkmeyer makes her way in, and serving for the Pirates is number 6, Tori Bevelo. Bevelo to Legg. Legg doing what the Pirates are having difficulty doing earlier, controlling their passes. Easy kill for the Pirates as Burkmeyer's there. Point for the Pirates, 13-12, Pirate lead. Bevelo still serving. Bevelo serve is long. Deaton wanted it, last minute changed her mind. Good call on her part. Point for the Patriots as O'Leary comes in for Hill. Hill set to serve. Excuse me, O'Leary set to serve. O'Leary, the 5'8" defensive specialist out of St. Louis. Howitt to Clark. Segabart to Clark. Clark, big hole right on top of the Armstrong Atlantic volleyball logo in the middle of the court on the Patriots side. Easy point for the Pirates. Casey Howitt set to serve for the Pirates. Howitt's low serve hit the white stripe at the top of the net, falls straight down. Another point for the Patriots. Another service error. Pirates seems to be their Achilles heel so far this season. As Mitchell serving. Segabart over to Burkmeyer. Underhill, Legg was there. Legg to Kaiser. Now Clark kills tip to Kaiser. Lombardi with the almost could have been called could have been a lift, but no call there. Burkmeyer with kill over, tipped again. Kaiser's there. Kaiser to Underhill. Underhill with the tip over. Segabart's there. Segabart with the hit over. A little bit of a jump ball situation. Kaiser, Lombardi tip by Vidovich over to Clark. Clark with the pass over. Howitt's there. Segabart to Burkmeyer. Burkmeyer over her head. Kaiser to Underhill. Underhill hits the net and bounces back. As Kaiser goes diving for it, Underhill's attempt at a kill hit off the arms and the top line of the net, comes back as Kaiser goes diving for it. Fourth hit was called. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Point for the Pirates. 15-14 Pirate lead. Marinova serving. Mitchell taking it to Lombardi. I apologize, Underhill. Point for the Patriots. As number 7 for the Patriots actually next win. I actually just dropped my brochure down beneath my feet. Excuse me, my program that had the numbers for the Patriots. Do my best to go by memory until we get a chance to get it. Segabart to Burkmeyer. Number 7 goes diving for it. Underhill's there. There's Deaton. Kaiser back to O'Leary. O'Leary takes it. Falls at her feet. Point for the Point for the Pirates. As Nikki Yates makes her way into serve. As Kaiser goes running for it, Kaiser hits the net and falls down at her feet. Point for the Pirates. Yates still serving. (17-5), Pirate lead. Yates. Over to Lombardi. Kaiser with the quick attempt over, no good. Deaton goes diving for it. As Deaton goes diving for it, she makes a great play, sends it straight up in the air. Exactly what you want from a dig. However, communication issues, and it falls straight to the floor at the feet of all 5 Patriot players. As the program's handed back to me. Number 9, O'Leary. Apologize, number 7 earlier was Eggert, not O'Leary. As the ball is tipped, hits off the net, falls down to the feet of the Patriots. Point for the Pirates. Yates still serving, 19-15. Pirate lead. Yates. Deaton. Kaiser. Kaiser, quick set to Eggert. Howitz there. Segabart to Bevela. Bevela's blocked, tips it back over. A little 1-2 punch there. Underhill kill is blocked by Vidovich and hits down on the ground at the feet. 4th kill is called. 4th hit is called. Wouldn't have mattered. Point for the Pirates. As Coach McDonald wanted a timeout, we'll take one with them. Listening, Pirate Athletics. Colton Hendricks back here at the Aquatic Recreation Center at Armstrong State University in Savannah, Georgia. Peach Belt volleyball action here as Armstrong State University Pirates are taking on Francis Marion University Patriots. Nikki Yates set to serve. Yates with the little jump serve, no good, hits the top of the net and falls down. Point for the Patriots, 20-16. Point for the Patriots, 20-16, Pirate lead. As Kaiser serving for Patriots. Segabart with a long set over to Bevelo. It is tipped. Kaiser's there. Kaiser to Eggert. It is blocked. Kaiser again behind her back this time. It's a hill. As Vidovich and Yates hit the floor diving for it. No good. Point for the Patriots. 2017. Pirate lead. Kaiser. Knuckleball serve to Yates. Segabart with a quick tip over. Hill's there. Kaiser over to Underhill. Over to Segabart to Vidovich. Vidovich's kill goes over the head of all Patriot players. They didn't want any part of it. Too bad it fell barely in the back right corner. Point for the Patriots. 21-17. Excuse me, point for the Pirates. 21-17. Pirate lead. Vidovich to Lombardi. Kaiser. Kaiser punches it over. And I literally mean punches it. Kaiser, number 8. O'Leary wasn't paying attention. Just lack of communication. She was running as another Patriot player was trying to do a serve, no good. However, was trying to do a kill, no good. As Vidovich's serve is long, Deaton wanted no part of it. Point for the Patriots, 22-18. Pirate lead serving now, number 4, Ashley Underhill. Segabart to Richards. Richards' kill is long as it comes headed towards us. Let's take a break for 1 second. Never mind. Take a break to go get the ball, Patriot player, before Ashley Underhill comes up to get it. Underhill serving. 22-19, Pirate lead. Underhill to Howitt, diving, good dig. Segabart, no spin, set, perfect. Bevelow's there, however, it is blocked. Bevelow with another chance, it goes over Kaiser to Mitchell. Mitchell's kill is blocked by 2 Pirate players, however, it falls down out of bounds. Point for the Patriots, 22-20. Pirate lead as Coach Condon is not happy with officials for some reason. I think he wanted timeout and they didn't call it in time. Easy, good action so far in game 1. This Peach Belt matchup between the Francis Marion Patriots and Armstrong Atlantic State University Pirates. Both these teams at the top of Peach Belt conference standing so far this year. Patriots are 16-4 overall and 2-0 in the league, while the Pirates are 14-5 and 2-1 in the Peach Belt. Right now, we said game 1 of a best-of-5 match. Pirates have led this whole match, except for 1 or 2 ties. Patriots haven't had a lead. Pirates started off with a big lead. Excuse me, not with a big lead, but with a consistent, sturdy lead. Patriots slowly chopping away at it. Segabart to Richards with the kill. Lombardi's there. Lombardi's dig was more out of self-defense really than athletic ability as it goes sailing to the top of the bleachers. Point for the Pirates. Segabart serving. Lombardi to Kaiser. Kaiser is called for a lift as she jumped way too soon. The pass from Lombardi was way long. Game point here for the Pirates. Segabart serving, 24-20 Pirate lead. Segabart to Lombardi to Deaton to Eggert as Eggert gets it over. Segabart over to Richards. Deaton is there. Nice save by Deaton to Mitchell. Richards with the big kill. However, it is blocked, sent to an open area in the middle of the Pirates' floor. Bodies go flying. Point for the Patriots. 24-21 Pirate lead still as Haley Lake comes in to serve for the Patriots. Leg to Yates. Segabart behind her back to Richards. Richards is there. Dow Deaton is there with a nice dig. Lombardi to Mitchell. Mitchell. The set was right at the feet of the setter. Mitchell had no room. She just stood there and waited on it. Took one step and just nailed it. Pirate players couldn't get it up. 24-21. 24-22. Pirate lead. Point for the Patriots there. As Coach McDonald was giving the signal where to serve it, I believe said right to number 5. Howard is there, right at the feet of Yates. Bevelow's there. Bevelow with the kill. However, it is blocked by the Patriots. Pirates are going more for the hardball game instead of using finesse and tipping the ball over. I've yet to see them do that this entire match so far. Bevelow, Segabart to Clark. However, when that happens, you can't really second guess it. As Clark ends the game, 25-23. Pirates take game 1. We'll take a break as they switch sides. You're listening to Pirate Athletics.
Pirates fans, don't forget, more volleyball action right here tomorrow at 3 p.m.
here at the ARC at Armstrong Atlantic State University in Savannah, Georgia. Peach Belt volleyball action as Francis Marion takes on your Armstrong Atlantic State University Pirates. Pirates took game one, 25-23. Both these teams at the top of the Peach Belt Conference. Francis Marion with 2-0, 16-4 overall, and the Pirates 14-5 overall, 2-1 in the league. Stats from the first game for the Patriots. Assist leader was Jenny Kaiser with 8. Diggs for the Patriots, number 3 Haley Legg had 5, and Kelsey Deaton, number 2, had 4. Also with 4 was number 1 Jessica Lombardi. And for blocks, only 4 blocks total. 2 blocks total. They were both by Emily Hill for the Patriots. For the Pirates, assist leader Hannah Segabart. For Diggs, we had Casey Howard with 6, Nikki Yates with 6, and Hannah Segabart with 5. For blocks, Pirates had 1 block total overall, and that was by Renee Vidovich. As we get set here for Game 2 action. Officials double-checking rosters. As number 4, Ashlyn Underhill, sets the serve for the Patriots. Underhill to Berkmeyer. Not really sure what Berkmeyer was doing as it just hits the heel of her hand and just shoots straight down to the ground. Almost like she meant to do it. We know she didn't, however. Point for the Patriots. Underhill with the serve, hits the net, falls down. Pirates make up for it. Service error. Not a service ace, service error for Patriots. As Berkmeyer with the big kill. Berkmeyer with the kill as it goes shooting off the hands of a Patriot player. Couldn't see who it was. Just goes sailing in the air. Big kill for the Pirates. 2-1 Pirate lead. Bevelo serving. Lombardi at the last minute wanted to pull away from it as it hits off her elbow. Not smart there. She tips it and goes just straight behind her. Point for the Pirates. Bevelo. That time, Lombardi decides to pull off of it. Brittany Walker, playing back judge tonight, calls it in. Lombardi and Deaton were not happy. Doesn't matter. 4-1 Pirate lead. Bevelo, that time it was definitely out. Brittany had to think about which way to put the flag, whether it was out or in. It was definitely out. I could see that from all the way here on the other side of the gym. Point for the Patriots. As Haley Legg set to serve the Patriots. 4-2 Pirate lead. Legg hits the net and goes straight down. Pirates make up for it. That's two of the 5 Pirate points have come off service errors for the Pirates. Vidovich. Kaiser over to Hill. Hill tips it over. Pirate players send it back over. Falls at their feet. Point for the Pirates. Coach Condon even showing a little emotion, giving high fives. You should be applauding Pirates' effort. Berkmeyer. Number 9, O'Leary couldn't control it. It sends over. Berkmeyer with the easy kill over. Point for the Patriots. Point for the Pirates. Vidovich, another service error for the Pirates. We talked about that's been the Pirates' Achilles heel all year. Well, in game 1, we had 5 service errors, so 5 of the 23 points for the Patriots were on service errors versus 1 committed by the Patriots for the Pirate points. As Pirates get a point there. As number 13, Marina Marinova comes in, the junior setter from Sofia, Bulgaria. Marina comes in. 8-3 Pirate lead. Marina, that long arcing serve. To Kaiser. Kaiser tried with the quick tip over. Pirates are not full. Burkmeyer. Kaiser over to Mitchell. Mitchell with the kill over. Burkmeyer's tipped. To Kaiser. To Burkmeyer. To Mitchell again. Mitchell with the flat-footed kill over. Bevelo goes diving for it. Can't get it. Point for the Patriots. 8-4. Pirate lead. Here in game 2. Mitchell set to serve. Mitchell to Howitt. Segabart. The Burkmeyer's kill hits off the net. Still good. As Lake sends it over to Segabart. Segabart behind her back to Richards. Richards is there with the big kill. Richards hit that one with authority. It goes out of bounds. Brittany Walker even called it out of bounds. I was questioning it. It appeared to be a tip from back here. There's no way the Patriot player didn't touch that ball. And she did it. She touched it as it goes out of bounds. Nikki Yates had to serve 9-4. Pirate lead. As officials want to double check. Richards had the big serve from here. The angle that we have from right here, it goes straight down. There's a straight line from where I'm sitting, and one of the Patriot players went running across the back line, and she made a little circle with her hands, and it definitely went through there. Tipped, point for the Pirates. Yates set to serve, 9-4, Pirate lead. Yates, spin on the ball. Kaiser Lombardi, Marinova's there. Marinova to Segabart. Segabart to Bevelo. Bevelo's kill is tipped by number 9, Jess O'Leary. O'Leary can't control it. Point for the Pirates, 10-4, Pirate lead. Yates still serving. Yates. Kaiser with the quick tip over. Pirates are not full. Segabart to Bevelo. Segabart really that was just a bad set. Kaiser to Lombardi. Lombardi kills it over. Yates was there, but Yates was on her knees. Sends it behind her head. Howitt goes diving for it. No good. Point for the Patriots. 10-5 Patriot lead. As Lombardi from that back right corner serves. Segabart. Bevelo. Bevelo. They wanted a 4 hit. However, it clearly hit a Patriot player. That time, number Eggert goes up to kill. However, Pirates are there. Sends down. Point for the Pirates. Patriot bench was calling for a 4th hit. However, off the kill, it definitely hit one of the Patriot players. Sent it back over here. Pirates are able to regroup and get the point. Howitt serving to Kaiser. Kaiser to Eggert. Eggert sends it over. Kind of a whiff tip. She had her arm full speed and hit it. Had backspin like a chip shot and golf. Just kind of fluttered down. Point for the Patriots. 11-6 Pirate lead. Yates. Vidovic's serve. Vidovic's kill hits the net. Patriots having an issue controlling it. A lift is called on the Patriots. 12-6 Pirate lead as Gwen Clark makes her way back in for Marinova. And serving for the Pirates, number 9, Hannah Segabart. Segabart to Underhill. Underhill to Eggert. Eggert. Segabart. Bevelo with tip over. Lombardi's there. The Kaiser to Underhill. Over to Bevelo. Bevelo with the pass over. Howitt's there. Clark with the set. Clark is called for a double hit. Clark had, I believe, Vidovic or Bevelo over on the left hand, over on the outside, left side, ready for a kill. However, she's called for the double hit. Underhill serving. Yates diving over to Segabart. Segabart to Bevelo. Bevelo hits it. Bevelo just puts her arms, just shrugs her shoulders. Obviously a miss hit. However, it worked out as it hits the net. Point for the Pirates. Point for the Pirates. Bevelo serving, 13-7 Pirate lead. Game 2. Pirates took game 1, 25-23. Kaiser to Hill. Hill with the kill over. Long, out of bounds. Another point for the Pirates. Bevelo still serving for the Pirates. 14-7 Armstrong lead. Bevelo to Mitchell. Mitchell's kill is tipped. Bevelo's there. Segabar running with the set. Burkmeyer's there. It's blocked again. They wanted another fourth hit. However, it is blocked. It took the ref about 30 seconds to make the call afterwards, it seemed like. It's okay, as long as she gets the call right. Pirates had enough time to hit the ball twice before she called the fourth hit on the second go-around. Leg set to serve for the Patriots. 14-8 Pirate lead. Leg. Bevelo kind of stiff on that one. Clark with tip over. Deaton's there. Deaton to Kaiser. Kaiser over to Mitchell. Mitchell's kill is wide and long. Point for the Pirates. 15-8 Pirate lead as Randy Vidovich set to serve. Vidovich, the only senior on the Pirate roster. Vidovich. Segabar over to Clark. Clark with the big kill and is blocked by Lombardi and Mitchell. They were both there. Sends it right down, back at Clark's feet. Wham, bam, no thank you, ma'am. 15-9, Pirate lead. Number 9, Jess O'Leary set to serve for the Patriots. Burkmeyer to Segabar to Clark. Clark with the tip over. Clark appeared she was going to just take the angle and go all the way across and just murder that one. However, she changed up in midair and tipped it over down the sideline. Falls easy. Point for the Pirates. 16-9 Pirate lead. Marinova set to serve. Marinova. Kaiser over to Mitchell. Mitchell right at Howard. Howard kind of rolls with it. No good. Can't control it. Point for the Patriots. 16-10 Patriot lead as Lombardi set to serve. Back over there in that back right. Excuse me, Mitchell's still serving. Howitt to Segabar. Segabar to Burkmeyer. I believe a lift or a double hit was called. Couldn't really see what the official's hand signal was. Doesn't matter. Another point for the Patriots. 16-11 Patriot lead. Mitchell with the jump serve. Thought it was going to hit the net. Doesn't. Howitt was there for the dig to Segabar. Segabar. Richards is denied by Underhill and Lombardi. However, it falls at the feet on their side. Lucky break there for the Pirates. Patriots are sticking their hands up more than they are out. Yates serving. Yates with the jump serve. Kaiser, Lombardi. Richards is there. And Richards, not really thinking, just decides to hit it with the heel of her hand over. Sends it sailing out of bounds. As number 13, Ardelia Morris sees her first action. The 5'10 freshman middle back out of Ocoee, Florida. Marinova. As Morris is there. Morris could have been called for the double hit. Does not. Yates, Segabar to Richards. Richards is tipped by Underhill. Flies out of bounds. Point for the Pirates. As Howitt set to serve for the Pirates. 18-12 Pirate lead here in game 2. Howitt to Lombardi to Kaiser to Underhill. Howitt's there. Segabar to Vidovich. Vidovich with the spin. Vidovich was facing the refs, and when she hit it, she almost had a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hook shot look to her kill as it goes behind her head and goes down. Howitt to Deaton to Kaiser. Underhill. Underhill's tipped. Howitt's there. Segabar. Vidovich. Vidovich with the mean kill. However, O'Leary was there. Marinova with the dig. Segabar with the long pass over. Segabar over to Bevelo. Bevelo with the quick thought. Way to think on her feet as she just sends a long pass over. Nobody on that half of the court for the Patriots. Coach McDonald wants a timeout. We'll take one with him. You're listening to Pirate Athletics. Colton Hendricks back here at the ARC at Armstrong Lake State University in Savannah, Georgia. My producer's cracking me up down there. Casey Howard. Howard set to serve. To Deaton. To Kaiser. Kaiser to Morris. Morris is denied. Vidovich with the long pass set. Odd looking kill there. Segabart. Bevel is tipped by Morris and Kaiser falls down. The kill by Bevelo, 21-12. Pirate lead. As number 7, Mallory Eggert makes her way back into the game. The sophomore middle back, 6'1" out of Lake Elmo, Minnesota. Howard's serve is long. Another service error for the Pirates. No matter how many times you say it, well, even after the first time you say it, it gets old, especially when it's a point for the other team. 21-13, Pirate lead. Bevelo with the long kill. Lombardi's there. Lombardi to Kaiser. Kaiser to Hill. Hill's kill is wide. Point for the Pirates. 22-13 Pirate lead as Gwen Clark makes her way in for Marinova. Segabart set to serve. For the Pirates, Segabart jump serve. Knuckleball way long by about 3 or 4 feet. Another service error for the Pirates. That just eats away at a team. Underhill to Yates. Segabart behind her head to Vidovich. Vidovich, another Kareem Abdul-Jabbar-like hook shot kill as she's facing the ref and just hits it across her body. Just sick nasty with it. Point for the Pirates. Bevelo to Lombardi. To Kaiser. To Mitchell. Mitchell plays her angle and goes back the other way at the feet of Howard. Howard couldn't reposition in time. Point for Patriots, 23-15. Pirate lead. As Legg is set to serve. Legg. Howard with the dig. Segabart to Vidovich. Vidovich is blocked by Lombardi. However, it flies over to behind her towards the Patriots sideline. Point for the Pirates. Game point here for the Pirates. 24-15 Pirate lead. Vidovich set to serve. Vidovich with the dig. With the dig was Legg, but Legg couldn't control it. Game 2 for the Pirates. Pirates surprising everybody here, taking the first 2 against the number 1 ranked team in the league in the Peach Belt. 25 taking game 1, 25-23 in game 2, 25-15. We'll take a break as they switch sides. We'll take one with them. You're listening to Pirate Athletics. Colin Hendricks back here at the ARC. And Armstrong. It's right. Rachel, it's right here. I got it. It was out. I put it back in. It's out. I put it back in. Sorry, Cortland Hendricks back here at the ARC. Little technical difficulties. We thought I had actually unplugged myself. However, apparently I did. I have people yelling at me from down beneath me. The voices from below are yelling at me, and I don't like it. But it's okay. Back here at the Aquatic Recreation Center at Armstrong Lake State University in Savannah, Georgia for Peach Belt volleyball action as Armstrong Lake State University Pirates are taking on the Francis Marion University league-leading Patriots. Pirates taking the first two games, surprisingly, against the Patriots. Pirates looking very well tonight, taking game 1, 25-23, game 2, 25-15. So far, like we said earlier, the Achilles heel for the Pirates has been service errors. They had only 5 this go-around. They had 3 in the last one. Still, that's 5 points from both teams. That is not necessary. As Brenda's Bud is actually in for the game first time for the Pirates. Deaton goes diving for it. Kaiser to Crook. As Bevelow's kill is blocked. However, falls out of bounds on the Pirates side. Point for the Pirates. Segabart with serve. Lombardi's there. Lombardi. Eggert with the kill. It is out of bounds, however. Another point for the Pirates. 2-1 Pirate lead here in Game 3. Pirates needing one more game to take the Patriots. Like we said earlier, the league-leading Patriots. Patriots are 16-4 overall, 2-0 in the league in the Peach Belt. Pirates right there behind them, though, at 14-5 overall and 2-1. Pirates are 23 points away from taking this one away from Patriots. Segabart, Lombardi, to Kaiser, the Crook. Crook is blocked. However, it hits the net, kind of stayed there for a little bit as a little bit of a teaser, and then falls at the feet of Clark and Vidovich. Point for the Patriots. 2-1 Pirate lead here. As Leg set to serve. Leg to Bud. To Bevelow. Bevelow laughing at that one. She knew she missed it. Clark. Bevelow giving her another go. Over to Deaton. To Kaiser. Kaiser with the Crook. Easy tip over to Clark. Clark with a long setter to Bevelow. Bevelow. Time number 3 is good. As Kaiser was expecting the tip over, she crashed down on her knees. It sails over her head. Good 3 or 4 feet behind her. Easily in bounds, though. Down the right sideline. Point for the Pirates. 3-1 Pirate lead. Bevelow set to serve. Bevelow to Crook. A little bit of confusion. Not really sure where the ball was. Neither team did. However, Pirates were there. They were able to take care of it. Point for the Pirates. Bevelow set to serve. Bevelow with the long serve of the Crook. Crook can't control it. Lombardi goes down for it. Crook with a nice pass over. Patriots able to recover. Segabart to Clark is there. Clark knew she went to the wrong spot. Crook over to Howitt. Segabart to Bud. Bud with a nice kill tip, though. Kaiser behind her head. To Mitchell. Segabart to Clark. Clark tip over. Patriots are not fooled. Clark with the long set back over the Bud. Bud with the heel of her hand just passes it over. Goes from Kaiser to Deaton. Patriots can't control it. Point for the Pirates. 5-1 Pirate lead. Bevelow still serving. Bevelow, Deaton, Kaiser, Mitchell, Howard is there, Bud, the Clark with the long pass over. Good intentions behind what she was doing. I like the thought. Back left-hand corner was wide open. Nobody was there. Wasn't able to sneak it in there as it hits the left sideline. Point for the Patriots. Jess O'Leary set to serve. O'Leary, Howitt, Clark, the Bud. Bud is just denied by Kaiser and I think Lombardi. Kaiser was definitely there because the moment she hit it, she turned around and was definitely fired up after that one. O'Leary set to serve. O'Leary, knuckleball serve. Bevelo, Segabart, the Bud. Bud's service, Bud's kill is tipped. Deaton is there, however. To Kaiser. Kaiser to Crook. Crook's kill is tipped by Clark and Vidovich. Coach Jenny Holsey telling him what we were talking about earlier. You got to get your hands out, not up. You get them up, it's going to go behind you. Out, it's going to fall down. What you want. O'Leary set to serve. O'Leary, Howitt, Segabart, Clark with the tip over. That time it works. It's tipped. Patriots were definitely caught off guard with that one as it tipped, and they kind of flailed around a little bit with it. No good. Falls at their feet. Point for the Pirates. 6-4 Pirate lead in Game 3. Pirates took the first 2 games. Vidovich to serve. Lombardi with the kill. Lombardi had the right idea, trying to hit that sideline, just like Clark's a minute ago. Sideline, just like Clark from Armstrong. The sidelines seem to be open, but they just can't seem to sneak it in. Vidovich serving to leg. Crook is there. Crook with the kill with authority. However, it goes as long. Point for the Pirates. 8-4 Pirate lead. Vidovich serving to leg to Kaiser to Lombardi. Lombardi with the kill. Easy all day as Rimlinger was there. However, it hits the side of her hand and just falls down. Point for the Patriots. Number 18, Ashley Crook set to serve. The 5'11" outside hitter, freshman from Parker, Colorado. Bevelo off her knees with the set to Bud. Bud flying through the air like Jordan. Gets it down. Tipped off. Point for the Patriots. Excuse me, point for the Pirates. I apologize. 9-5 Pirate lead. Marinova set to serve. Marinova to Underhill. Lombardi's denied. Underhill with the pass behind her head over the net. Segabart's there. Segabart with the set to Rimlinger. Rimlinger's no good. Underhill, Howitt's there. Rimlinger goes diving. Bevelo just passes it over to Deaton. Deaton to Kaiser. Kaiser to Lombardi. Lombardi's there. Give it another go. Underhill to Marinova. Segabart, bodies are going everywhere. Bud, number 9, to Kaiser to Lombardi. Lombardi tries to tip it over. She's there. Number 9 was Jess O'Leary. As Lombardi just goes up and just tips it over. Another hole, kind of a no-look pass. It's good for the Patriots, though. As Eggert makes her way in full leg. Lombardi set to serve. Lombardi once again in that back left-hand corner. Coach McDonald trying to tell her where to go with it. As it just flies out of bounds, the ball had no chance at all. Just started left and stayed left. Point for the Pirates. Yates set to serve. Nikki Yates. Yates with the thunderous serve to Kaiser. Underhill tips it to Marinova. Marinova was surprised with it as she kind of had her elbows up instead of her wrist. Point for the Patriots. It's 10-7 Pirate lead here in Game 3. Marinova, Segabart, Rimlinger. As Kaiser hits it out of self-defense, Kaiser with the pass over to Yates, to Bevelo. Bevelo is denied. Howard is there, though. Segabart, and Rimlinger. Rimlinger tips it over. Kaiser's there to Mitchell, to Underhill. Under's tipped up in the air. Bevelo's there. Segabart, Pirates have it under control. Bevelo's tip. Back to Bevelo. To Rimlinger. Rimlinger just tries to tap it over as it hits Deaton close to the head off her hands. Flies behind her. Point for the Pirates. As they get a towel to wipe the floor off. I thought Lombardi was on her knees because she was hurt. Just doing a little cleanup crew, that's all. 11-7 Pirate lead here at Armstrong Atlantic State University in Savannah, Georgia. Peach Belt volleyball action against the conference leading 16-4, 2-1. 16-4 overall, 2-0 in the league. Francis Marion University Patriots. Howitt to serve. To Underhill, to Kaiser, to O'Leary, to Eggert. Eggert's kill is tipped. Falls down in Pirate territory. Point for the Patriots as Underhill set to serve. Underhill serving. Marinova. Segabart. To Bevelo. Bevelo's denied by Mitchell. However, it falls down out of bounds at the feet of Bevelo. Very nice defensive play by Mitchell. Couldn't quite sneak it in, though. Point for the Pirates. 12-8. Pirate lead. Lombardi. The Kaiser behind her. Back to Mitchell. Denied by Bevelo. Mitchell passes it back up to Vidovic. Vidovic with the easy kill as the ball just kind of hung in the air all day long for that one. Point for the Pirates. 13-8 Pirate lead. Pirates are 12 points away from sweeping Patriots. Segabart to Crook. To Kaiser behind her head. To Eggert. However, Vidovic with the pass behind her head. To Crook. Crook tried to get in the same spot. However, this time it was out of bounds. Pirates were not in the right spot. She just couldn't seem to sneak it in before the back line. Point for the Pirates. 14-8 Pirate lead. Segabart knuckleball serve to Lombardi. It is long. Thought it was going to go over. Hits the net and falls down on the Patriots side of the court. Point for the Pirates. 15-8 Pirate lead. Coach McDonald wants to take a timeout. We'll take one with him. You're listening to Pirate Athletics. Cortland Hendricks back here at the Aquatic Recreation Center at Armstrong University in Savannah, Georgia. Pirate volleyball action taking on conference-leading Francis Marion University Patriots. Pirates took first two games looking to sweep the Patriots. 15-8 Pirate lead as Bevelo tries to tip it over. However, Clark is called for a double hit, not really sure where. But she was called for it. As Leg makes her way back in for Patriots. 15-9 Pirate lead. Patriots had to serve Leg. Serve is long. Appeared it was going to go out of bounds. Nikki Yates at the last minute decided just to hit it as she goes tumbling across the court sideways. Point for the Patriots. 15-10. Pirate lead. Leg. Bevelo's there this time. Segabart back to Bevelo. Bevelo's kills tipped off the net. Kaiser, to Crook. Crook is blocked by Vidovic. Vidovic gives it another go. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell to Deaton, flat-footed. Vidovic was there. Vidovic very, very distraught about what happened. Falls to her knees, puts her hands in the air, and just gave a little scream. She saw the wide-open chances. She didn't go for it. Sorry, she'll make up for it later. Point for the Patriots. 15-11. Pirate lead. Haley Legg serving for the Patriots. Legg to Yates. Bevelo's denied. Segabart's there to Clark. Bevelo give it another go. This time, just kind of hits it off the heel of her hand, lets it flutter down as Legg goes diving for it. Hits right at the base of the Armstrong Atlantic volleyball logo. Point for the Pirates. Pirates are now 9 points away from the sweep. Bevelo hits the net. Another service error for the Pirates. As O'Leary makes her way into the game, O'Leary set to serve. O'Leary. Bevelo, Segabart behind her, back to Clark. Not really a good set. Clark had to readjust in the air. Kaiser behind her head. Lombardi's denied. Have hits up top of the net by Bud. As Leg tries to do a flat-footed pass across. Falls out of bounds behind the back line. Point for the Pirates. Vidovic set to serve. The only senior on the Pirate roster. To Eggert. To Lombardi. Excuse me, to O'Leary to Lombardi. Clark to Leg. To Kaiser. To Crook. Crook with the tried to use her angle. Right idea. Once again, nobody on that other side. Both teams have tried angles and cross-court passes. Been very unsuccessful. Maybe about 1 out of 6, 1 out of 7. That time, same result. Timeout on the court. We'll take one with them. Cortland Hendricks back here at Armstrong Lake State University at the Arc Aquatics Recreation Center in Savannah, Georgia. Pirate volleyball action here. Randy Vidovic set to serve. Vidovic to Leg to Kaiser. Kaiser with the quick hit over. Flat-footed, decided just to spring up, just tip it over behind her head. Point for the Patriots. Very, very heads-up play by Kaiser. Served by Crook. Goes wide right. Point for the Patriots. Excuse me, point for the Pirates. 19-13. Pirate lead as Marinova makes her way in for Clark, which, like I said earlier, is SOP, standard operating procedure for the Pirates. Marinova to Leg to Kaiser. Kaiser is just straight up denied by Bud. Wham, bam, no thank you, ma'am. However, it falls out of bounds. Point for the Patriots as UNC Pembroke volleyball team, the Braves, came to watch a little bit of action here. I believe they decided to head back home. Pirates will see the Braves tomorrow in action here at the ARC at 3 o'clock here in the ARC. Segabart, Rimlinger denied. Segabart is there though. Marinova give it one more go. Bud is denied. Hits up in the air. Pirates, third time's a charm. Bud hits down. It's tipped. It goes in between two players. As O'Leary goes diving for it, hits off her hand, heads towards the bleachers. Point for the Pirates as Nikki Yates makes her way back in to serve. 2014 Pirate lead, 5 points away. Nikki Yates, big jump serve. Deaton is there to Kaiser. Kaiser not really sure where she wanted to go with it as it goes straight above her head. Mallory Eggert jumped for it, then get back flat-footed, jumped for it again, and just kind of tipped it over. Pirates, I think, were just as surprised as the Patriots were. Pirates didn't know what to do. It falls down to the ground. Point for the Patriots. Marinova back over. Bevelo goes diving for it. Segabart behind her head to Marinova. Marinova wasn't ready for it. Fists it over. Mitchell tips it over. Segabart give it one more go. Bevelo's tipped by Mitchell. Mitchell bumps it up to Lombardi. Lombardi to Deaton, flat-footed. Segabart behind her head. Rimlinger's there. Deaton is there. Rimlinger is called for hitting the net as he just kind of flew through the air. I think she kind of flattened her arms a little bit because she pretty much flew. She had a good bit of hang time. Maybe scared her, flapped her arms a little bit. Refs changed the ball for some reason. First time they've done that all night. Apparently had a wet spot on it. Kaiser to serve. Kaiser. Bevelo not really sure what she was doing there. Couldn't control it, just sends it over. Patriots with the easy point, like it was set up by one of their own players. Coach McDonald smiling how easy that was. Holding a number 5 out, saying go to her again. Howitt, number 4, that's exactly who that was. The Bevelo's kill is denied by a couple Patriot players. It falls at the feet of the Pirates. 20-18 Pirate lead. Coach Condon wants a timeout. We'll take one with him. You were listening. Cortland Hendricks back here at the ARC, Armstrong State University in Savannah, Georgia. Pirate volleyball action. Pirates up 2-0 against the league-leading Patriots of Francis Marion. 20-18 Pirate lead here in Game 3. Knuckleball serve by Kaiser. Marinova takes it to Howitt. Howitt to Bevelo. Bevelo. Underhill's there. Underhill to Kaiser behind her head. Serve to Mitchell. Mitchell was there. The hard kill. Marinova goes diving for it. Can't get it. Pirates' 10-point lead earlier is now dwindled down to 1. Kaiser to Yates, to Segabart. Segabart to Limlinger's tip to Kaiser. Mitchell as it hits the net and comes back. Got a little excited, wasn't sure if the point was going to happen. Patriots tried the kill. Bevelo was in the air, however, hits off the net, nowhere close to making it over. Point for the Pirates, 21-19 Pirate lead. Howitt serving. Howitt knuckleball serve to Kaiser. The dig was by Underhill over to Kaiser, over to Eggert. Eggert cannot get it inbounds. Point for Pirates. Howitt serving, 22-19 Pirate lead. Underhill a little uncomfortable with that one. Kaiser, Mitchell's tipped. Howitt is there. Segabart, Davidovich. As Patriots go diving, a lift is called on, I believe, either Underhill or Eggert. Point for the Pirates, 23-19 Pirate lead. Howitt to Lombardi. Kaiser behind her back to Eggert. Eggert with a nice kill there. Ran up with the slide, I believe, when we were from our last broadcast by Renee. She called that a slide hit. Runs forward. As you run straight forward, and at the last minute you turn your body towards the net and kill it. Gives you a little more oomph on it, a little more spin. Bevelo with just the mean kill over. However, dig is there. Vidovich with a nice tip over. However, Underhill's there to Mitchell. Howitt. Segabart behind her back to Vidovich. Give it one more go. Tipped up in the air. Underhill's there. Kaiser to Crook. Howitt is there. Segabart. Bevelo's blocked. Bevelo with the save. Segabart to Vidovich. Give it another go to Bevelo. Tips it over. As a Patriot player tries to hit it overhead, kind of like a bicycle kick in soccer. All the Patriots thought it was in, however, it was not clearly from over here. As Clark makes her way from Marinova. As Hannah Segabart is set to serve, 24-20 Pirate lead. Match point here. A little drama for the sweep of the Patriots. Knuckleball serve. Kaiser, Lombardi, Howard is there. To Segabart, to Clark. Clark is blocked by Crook and O'Leary. By Clark and Eggert as it falls down at the feet of Clark. 24-21 Pirate lead. Haley Legg set to serve for Patriots. Match point still. Legg. Yates kind of got in front of Howard on that one. Vinovich is blocked. That's going to be, if they hit it over, it's going to be forward. No, it's not. They didn't call it. Segabart's blocked. Segabart to Bevelo's blocked. Crook give it another go to Howitt. Segabart. Clark tipped. Kaiser's there. Mitchell over to Crook. Crook is blocked by Clark and Vidovich. However, Clark and Vidovich have their hands straight up once again and not out as it just goes, hits off their left hand and just shoots to the left and falls on the Pirates side of the court. 24-22 still game point for the Pirates. Match point. Segabart to Clark. Off of Kaiser. Kaiser from her knees as it flies behind her head. That is game point, match point, 25-22 for the Pirates. Pirates take game 1, 23-25. Game 2, 25-15. Pirates will be in action tomorrow at 3 p.m. against UNC Pembroke Braves. Pirates once again sweeping the league-leading Francis Marion University Patriots. This is Cortland Hendricks. You're listening to Pirate Athletics.